Hi everyone, this is Alma coming to you from Long Beach, California. Today is Monday, July 11th of the year 2022, and this is FlossTube number 83. So as always, I want to welcome you all. Welcome back to all my current viewers and subscribers, and thank you as always for your continuing support. I want to say a special welcome to anybody that started following me after I posted my whip parade. I want to say again, a special welcome to you as well. Thank you very much for your support. In these regular FlossTube updates, I'll talk a little bit more about each whip. With the whip parade, I still ended up talking a lot. I kind of made up for the lack of progress, ended up being quite the chatty Cathy. But yeah, welcome. And if this is your first time visiting, then welcome as well. I hope that you like what you see, you find a reason to stay, subscribe, and continue to follow me on my stitching journey. As always, I hope that everybody's doing well. I hope that everybody's staying safe and sound. Everything's good on our end. I'm still on summer break. I'll be on summer break for another I think 4 or 5 weeks, so still some time to go. And yeah, things are good. I do have quite a bit to show you this time around, so without further ado, let's get to the stitching. And of course, first up is my focus piece. It's been my focus piece for the last few months. This is my Heaven Earth Designs chart called Mini Midnight Stroll. Artwork is by Julie Fain, and I started this back in May of 2020. So it's been a little over 2 years that I started this piece. And if you see my previous videos, then you know I was very close to a finish. And I ended up finishing her on July 2nd. So just shy of the original goal of finishing her before the end of June. I ended up stretching it to the end of July. But yeah, I could have potentially made it to the original goal if I would have stitched a little bit more. But I'm still very happy with how she turned out. Obviously, she still needs a good washing and ironing, but I do have the frame ready for her. And yeah, I really excited because this is my first hay to finish. It's not the first hay that I started or the first pattern I bought, but it is the first hay that I finished. So very excited. Love the colors, love the final details of working on her wings, and all those details around her arms as well, all the sparkles that are coming out of her hands. So, which, you know, that doesn't really, or I didn't realize that was going to be coming up until I was actually stitching on them. So, very excited. I'm very happy to also be able to move on to other pieces because they were all calling out to me, you know. They all felt abandoned, so I was happy to keep going on other pieces. And one of those pieces is my Sea Glass pattern from Carolyn Manning Designs. This was started in May 2020 as well, as part of the Manic Manning style of 2020, where a lot of us started her patterns. And I like this one. I like the colors of this one. And I'm using this for a challenge, a self-imposed challenge between me and some of my stitching friends. Sammy J from Sammy J Stitches is the one that originally came up with it, and we all just kind of tagged along, where we split up a pattern into 12 parts. You know, it can be a sal, it can be one of those mystery sals that already come in 12 parts, but a lot of us also just chose, you know, a regular pattern and just kind of divided it up into 12 parts. So I stopped stitching on this, I think, back in April, because that's when I started just laser focusing on on the Thane Fairy. So I have May, June, I had 2 months to make up. So the plan is to do 2 parts this month and the next. So I did 1 part, I did 1 month. I put in 1700 stitches, which is what I have to do every month in order to finish it. And I'm trying to go, even though I try to focus on maybe like a section at a time, I eventually do make sure that the entire row is filled. So this entire part right here is 100% finished, and I'm just moving on to the next section. But this is also really quick stitch. All the little triangles are 10 stitches. The big diamonds are 41. So counting stitches with this is super easy, because it's all the same. I just count how many triangles I do. So I did 1 part. Plan is to pick this up again sometime this month to do May's part. And then, well, technically it's supposed to be month by month. So technically I've already done May. It would be June's part, and then next month would be July and August, and then I can get caught up. Anyway, another piece that I worked on in the last couple of weeks, I used this for my daily 30 piece. This is Disney Villains. It's a pattern that I found in Zana Cross Stitch Etsy shop. And the pattern comes split up into 4 parts, so you can stitch them individually if you so desire. I'm stitching them all together like this because I just liked how it looks. The goal was to add 1,000 stitches on this. I ended up adding about 1,200 stitches because when I was getting close to hitting the 1,000 stitch mark, I realized that I was actually really close to hitting the 25% mark on Ursula. So I just, stitched a little bit more on her to get that 25%. And I don't know if it's easier to get it folded or not, but all of the 1,000 stitches were pretty much on her hair. A lot of just highlights, purple and blue highlights to add texture to her hair. I also did finish outlining her chin. Now it's just a matter of shading. So yeah, and it's only, it takes words. It takes 4,000 stitches to do it's 16,000 stitches total. So I'm like, okay, we've already done 4,000. It's probably not going to be too hard to do another 4,000. So I may pick this up again sometime this year to make it to the halfway mark, especially because now that I've done all of the top, I say that like you can totally tell. Just trust me on this, I guess. But I did finish all of the stitches that are here at the top. I think there may be like 1 or 2 confetti stitches that I have to do. But so I can now add the black bar at the top and start working my way down to the bottom as well. So that's gonna be quick stitches. But yeah, you'll probably see this again sometime this year. At least once more. And after I got finished using that for my daily 30 piece, I picked up my Realist kit. This is Lilac Evening, which I got as a birthday present for my twin. I don't even know how long ago. I think this is 2019. Pretty sure I started this in 2019. February 2019, because I just thought, I thought it was pretty. I thought it was really pretty, and I thought it would be good for a challenge, because I've never done beading, and these flowers are all ribbons, so I have to learn how to make flower ribbons or ribbon flowers. But yeah, I chose this one because it was one of those things where I keep saying that I want to make sure that I finish a pretty lady this year. But then I ended up I just don't stitch on them. So I'm like, okay, Alma, if you want to finish it, the only way to finish it is to actually start stitching on one. So I'm using her for my daily 30 piece, and I'll just keep working at her until she's done. And it works out. A couple of strands a day. 30 minutes is, it usually ends up being about 2 strands per day. So I'm wrapping up on the ribbon here on the sides, and I'm actually pretty much at the halfway mark of the pattern, so that's also pretty exciting. And yeah, I'll get started on her dress or whatever it is she's wearing pretty soon. So yeah, so you'll get to see her more often. Hopefully I'll be able to finish her within the next couple of months, but it also depends on the beading, because I'm sure that's gonna take me quite some time. The next whip that I want to show you is one that I worked on a little bit this last couple of weeks. This is Chopper by Be Cute Today, an Etsy shop, and this is my travel piece. So if I am at school, if I'm at work, this is what I take with me. Been to a few doctor's appointments lately, so this has been a companion on those trips. And I haven't added too much. Sorry, just fell over. This is in one of my stitching button bags. I added maybe 200 stitches on him. So I'm still working on the hat. I'm still working on the blue of the cap. What I did do is I outlined the shading of his skin down here. In theory, so that when I end up finishing the side of the cap, which, I mean, it's still gonna be quite some time before that happens, but I can then just stitch on this side here. And again, I would just have to fill in the top here. I don't have to worry about looking at the pattern. But yeah, slowly but surely he's coming along. I feel like I could probably finish him quite quickly if I really put my mind to it. But again, it's also really, really nice travel piece, because it's just blocks and blocks of stitching. Another piece that I worked on is my new focus piece for the rest of the year, at least, you know, maybe until it's finished, who knows. Is my Moon Charmer, and again, it's by Amy Stewart. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. She was at 20% when I picked her up. I think I stitched on her earlier in the year to hit the 20% mark. The goal is now to stitch another 20%. And this is where we're at. So I've already done, so because she's my focus piece, I did want to make some sort of goal or plan with her. So if I do want to hit that 40% mark by the end of the year, I would have to do 2,000 stitches a week. As it is, I've already finished. I've done the 2,000 for week 1 of July, so now I need to do the 1,000, 2,000, 2,000 for week 1 and do the 2,000 for week 2 of July. But those 1,000 stitches were pretty much still in this section right here, as well as up here. I'm trying to get the outline of the moon kind of set up so that I can just go in sometime after I'm done with the sky and just fill in the, it's not white, it's the 3865. It's the next color next to white. But it's been fun. It's been really fun to just work with all those purples and blues and how they mix together. And this is about the halfway point of the chart as well. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll probably I'll follow this color because the current color that I'm working on goes like this way. So probably follow that color, but then keep going this way until I hit the other end of the chart, because the other side is the trees. We would eventually hit the trees. So yeah, I'll be making steady progress on that one for sure. And the last piece that I want to show you is one that I added, again, maybe another 200 stitches on this one. It's one of my Tilton Crafts charts. This is Till Death Do Us Part. Artwork is by Daniel Kordick, and it's of course inspired by The Corpse Bride, Tim Burton film from forever and ever ago. This was a gift from Candace on my birthday. So, well, it's just about my birthday, so it'll be 2 years since I started this piece. And again, not too much progress to show. Just go ahead and take this off so you can see more of it. This is what I'm at so far. I just added a few more black stitches over on this side. I think I'll end up going to the other end. Like, I'll just go ahead and finish that black border at the top, and then go back and fill in the rest of the scene, the rest of the actual image, not the black border. But yeah, for this one, I will go ahead and keep going on it. I did 200 stitches, so I'll just keep going until I hit, again, 1,000 stitches per whip. I don't know if I'll pick this up again this year. I may hit, because I think I'm at 7%, so I may get to 10%. I'll just pick it up again sometime to make sure that I hit that 10% mark, and then move on to something else. But I think that's pretty much it. So a little bit more variety now that I'm not, obsessing over the Midnight Fairy. I'm very, very happy to have finished her. And I did buy the materials to frame her, so I'll be framing her myself. I want to make sure that I have it ready for the end of July. So it's not enough time to get it professionally framed. Plus, it's also a little bit out of my budget. So someday I'll probably end up getting one of my pieces professionally framed, but it is not this day. So I want to say thank you, as always. Thank you for visiting me today. Again, that's pretty much all I have to show you. Yeah, busy week this week, I suppose, for me. But I want to make sure that I relax this week. It is my birthday as well, but I don't think I'll be doing anything during the week because I work. My boyfriend, he actually, he's taking a half day off. He told me yesterday, he says, I just want you to know I'm taking, I am asking for PTO, so I'm only working a half day. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but but at least I don't think I'll have anything planned. I may see my family the weekend afterwards if all goes well. But yeah, I think I'm just pretty chill person, just kind of like to lay low. I already treated myself to a couple of patterns. Sambry Stitches, it's Becca from Sambry Stitches. She was destashing a lot of her patterns, and she had Teresa Kogut's Newcastle Bouquet, which I fell in love with it when I saw Yanni stitching it, so I just thought I had to have it. And I also got an ink circles piece. It's a 12-part Halloween piece that I thought was super cool. So I got that as well. And I also got a pattern from Tilton Crafts. They had a 4th of July sale, more often than not, there's a sale going on at Chilton Crafts. But she had a 50% off sale during 4th of July, so I got a new piece that came out. It's by the same artist, obviously, because I just love Daniel Kordick's work. But he had a new design or new artwork inspired by the Scarlet Witch, which is the Marvel movie that came out a few months ago. Movie wasn't the best, but I loved her character. I loved her storyline, just everything about her. So when that pattern came out, I said, oh, I'm just gonna get this. So yeah, but that's it. I'm done. That's as much as I can do in terms of treating myself. But yeah, that's a little bit of stash that I got. I don't have the pictures to show you, but when they do come in, because Becca mentioned that they were in the mail already, so maybe by the next video I'll have the patterns to show you. So yeah, that's it for today. Again, thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions about anything that you saw today, feel free to drop a comment below. Well, the weekend is over, but I hope you have a productive week and you always find the time to do the thing that makes you happy. Until next time, bye!